Today on the channel, my dad is back again as we dive into the Universal monster from NECA, Frankenstein, Black and White Edition. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another NECA Universal Monsters unboxing and review. And today we've got Frankenstein, the Black and White Edition from NECA. And we got a special guest, as we always do with these Universal Monsters. We've got my dad.
Yeah, Tom Peterson.
Tom Peterson, excited to be back here talking a little Frankenstein. And of course, you own this figure.
I do.
You own both versions of this
both
figure.
versions.
But you haven't opened any of them still.
No, they're like library books for me right now. I'm just kind of putting them on the shelf, and I like the graphics of the box and all that.
Do you think you might open them one day?
You never know.
You never know.
There's always a weak moment.
You never know. He's thinking long game reselling. He's thinking stock tips. We did a Q&A video. He gave you his path to success, how to save and invest. And one of the things he said to invest was NECA Frankenstein. If
there you go.
Guys check that video out. He
get
said,
both.
Yes, you'll get very far.
You don't know which one will be the most valuable.
You never know. Will it be the black and white? Will it be the color? You got to buy both. You got to buy both, and that's exactly what we did. So I have unboxed the color one on the channel months and months ago, finally getting around to the black and white version. And of course, you can find this black and white version down at Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. Of course, they have all the kind of stuff you need. We've been using Big Bad Toy Store for many years.
Good place.
There you go. So, as usual, we're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Once again, we get Frankenstein. Now, I know this one. We talked about the Wolfman cover of the new box, black and white. Didn't really know that movie poster. Not quite as iconic, but this is a very iconic Frankenstein picture here. Very evil, brooding, darkness. That darkness in the forehead and the red light. I mean, just a fabulous. And you probably remember this as well from way back in the day. I don't know if this was the original movie poster or not.
No, I don't think so. I've not seen those four shots before, but
I used to have this poster in my apartment.
That one definitely is the front one.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's the first poster or not, or if it was later on, but it still is really cool, very minimalist, but it gets the point across. It looks very scary, very frightening for sure. Frankenstein right there. Then on the side, you got Frankenstein, a little glamour shot, black and white, looking a little Herman Munster-ish right there. And then you got that right there as well, another one. And then the back, we got the 4 boxes, very cool. No blurbs on these, no explanation needed, I guess, on Frankenstein. Pretty much everybody knows what Frankenstein is. Unless you don't, then you don't.
Absolutely. and of course, most people identify the monster as Frankenstein when he was created by Dr. Henry Frankenstein.
And that is a great point.
They've tagged Dr. Henry's name onto the monster.
Yeah, everybody calls him Frankenstein. I'm even guilty of that sometimes. It's like you just think Frankenstein, but it is Dr. Frankenstein. I guess he's technically just, what's his name, the monster. Frankenstein's monster.
He is the monster, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So there you got the black and white. Very cool with the steps going on right there, all the accessories. Very similar to what we unboxed before on the channel, of course. We do have a new Frankenstein accessory set that was just recently announced. That's coming out, I think, August, September, somewhere in that area. But you're going to get the table, you're going to get an extra head with kind of the towel over the head, and a few other things. So that'll be good to help build out your Frankenstein display. What do you think? You're going to pick that up?
That would be the table that he was created on, where Dr. Frank says, he's alive, he's alive.
Yep.
Well, okay.
So we're getting all that, which will be all right.
Wow.
And there's that, there's that.
We'll see them later.
Yep. Oh, can I get Frankenstein out? There it is. You can take care of that one. You know what to do.
All right. See you later there.
See you later. Goodbye. There it is. Off to the races. Stick that guy over there.
Okay.
Now we get down to Frankenstein. Let's get down to it here. And we got, of course, the flowers. Now, you remember the flowers from the first time.
You bet.
That's from that very iconic scene with the little girl, of course.
She was throwing flowers in the pond or the stream, and the monster, being somewhat childlike, was fascinated with that, and then ended up picking her up and throwing her in the water. She drowns, and that's how he becomes the hunted monster.
Yeah, it's just natural. Just throws that girl in the water, and bam, off to the races we go. But a very iconic scene, a very dark scene, especially for that time. Child murder is never something that's too funny, especially back in the olden times.
No, and in the monster's eyes, it was a very innocent thing.
Yeah.
He thought it was playing along with what she wanted to do. So
he just was very misunderstood. He just didn't have a good start.
What's the age-old question in this movie? A lot of people think of it as a monster movie, but it's really a question about can man play God and create life? And that's an eternal question as to what that means or what that will do.
And as you know, Kyle, just one credit away from a minor in film, as I always like to say. Yeah, I always like to say that. And that's what I've learned through all my film classes. All these stories have a deeper meaning to them most of the time. There's a lot more than what you just see on the surface. Of course, in Frankenstein, much like one of those movies. So we do get the extra hands here. We got the 2 open hands for Frankenstein, black and white, of course. Frankenstein's doing the old walk, whatever you want to call it there. Then we get this one. I always call this one the flower holding hand. So you got it if you want to hold the flower, recreate that. You need to get a little girl figure. Maybe that'll come in an accessory pack one day. Who knows? And then you got kind of another holding hand here. As always, you grab that other Frankenstein. We got multiple Frankensteins, so to me, you always got to mix them up, change them up a little bit. Use this one with different hands, different head, even though they're black and white. Getting the most out of your molds, we see it all the time, but you try to mix it up, try to make a point of difference between the two. And I'm thinking I'm going to try to recreate on display Frankenstein versus the Wolfman on one of them, and then I'll have the other one just standing there. So, because that is probably my favorite Universal monster movie is Frankenstein Wolfman. I don't know, what's your favorite one?
You know, I like the original Dracula and I like the original Frankenstein. And really a underrated movie is The Bride of Frankenstein. It's got a lot going on in it.
Yeah, there's a lot more than meets the eye, like a young Transformers. We do get the chain here. Always like this, the handcuffs here. You could use this for about any toy line out there, but the monster, you can have him locked up, shackled, of course. Do whatever you need to do there. Then you get down to the actual figure here. It's the same articulation. I did unbox this one, so you can go back. We can go a little deeper into the articulation here. But it's interesting. You get the color and the black and white. It's really not terribly different outside of the skin tone. The clothes are about the same. It's just more of a gray, kind of smoky gray, where this is more of a dark black.
This one's highlighted better than like the black and white Wolfman. I mean, the skin tone is highlighted versus the clothes, and I think it's just easier to pick up the detail.
I tell you, I like both of them though. I don't know if I can choose which one
I like
better.
color. I do like the colored one the best, but
I like both of them. They both have their merits. I think if you're a hardcore fan, you're going to buy both of these. Some people might choose one or the other. I get that too.
If you watch it on the silver screen, that's how you saw it.
Yeah. I mean, this one, though, I get especially if you pop this head off, and we got extra heads, of course, the same heads we had before. I think this head is supposed to be with the little girl, with the crazy.
Okay, right.
I think.
Right.
And this just feels Herman Munster to me. This just looks like, I feel like I'm watching the Munsters as a little kid.
I don't know. Munsters was introduced in the 60s.
Yep.
I don't know, that kind of looks like Joe Biden to me.
Joe Biden? Yeah. It could be. Frankenstein's monster.
You can wreck a lot of things in a short time.
There you go. Oh boy, here we go. Don't get him started. How about this one? Maybe that's the little girl one.
That could be.
I don't know, but yeah, I feel a lot of Herman Munster from this for whatever reason. What was that guy's name? I'll think of it. Car 54, Where Are You? He was in there too.
Yeah, Fred
Gwynn.
Fred Gwynn.
Fred Gwynn, classic actor. Wonder what he's up to now.
He's down to now.
Long gone, long gone, long gone. But Frankenstein's monster, pretty good. I'm not sure.
Like it. Yeah.
I think I lean color. I can't remember what I said on Wolfman. I think I lean more color too there. They're both good. If you're into the Universal monsters, you probably need to get both of them. But, if you're only wanting one representation, it's pretty easy. Which one do you like better? Right. It's the same thing. It's just color scale differences. And to me, what I'm going to do is different heads, different hands, different way to put them on their accessories. It makes them feel that much more different when, at the end of the day, very simple repaints here is what they are. Yeah. So, I don't know. You got to decide if you're going to ever unbox yours. I guess you're just going to have different colored boxes.
The colored ones are nice. There's no doubt about it. But then you think back. Well, I saw them all these movies in black and white, and it gives you a different atmosphere to see a movie in black and white.
But both very, very solid figure. I would say both of these figures, so far the whole NECA Universal Monster line has blown away my expectations. They've been way better than I thought they would be. I was planning on only eating one of each, and then I'm going to get all the variants, and now I'm 100% all in. I hope we see the Creature from the Black Lagoon. We do know we got the Mummy accessory pack, the Frankenstein accessory pack coming, and then we've got the Mummy, of course.
Wow.
And then after that, supposedly Bela Lugosi. We've seen some pictures for the Bela Lugosi Dracula. You'll be all in on that.
That
one.
looked very nice.
You'll want that.
I did see some of your pictures on that.
So we got that one coming, and then I hope Creature from the Black Lagoon is next. I don't know if they would go to the Hunchback or Phantom of the Opera or Bride of Frankenstein. I think Bride of Frankenstein is probably pretty likely to come as well. But we'll see how deep this line goes. We'll see. You know, Jerry Reed always says to us, "We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there." Yeah, that's exactly what he says. It's a short time. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But we do know one thing, that if another Universal Monster comes out, you'll be joining me at the table to unbox it.
My prediction would be the Creature will be next.
I hope so. I hope we see the Creature, fingers crossed, because that's the one I want the most. That's
very
my favorite.
popular, yeah.
My favorite. So there it is. Another Universal Monster unboxing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the Frankenstein. Which one do you prefer? Sound off down below. Of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the old notification bell on. And of course, follow along on Patreon. You get this video and a lot of other videos way earlier, and all kinds of extra bonus content as well. SirPaul64 is where you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Dad, where can they find you?
Oh, on the golf course these days.
On the golf course.
Yeah.
'Tis the season. 'Tis the season.
It is. Spring is sprung.
You're looking at what, 4 days a week, 5 days a week?
Usually 4 days a week. I don't play on the weekends. There's too many tourists out there.
Too many amateurs. That's amateur hour on the weekend. You need to get in early, get out, and go on with your day.
Golf's such an easy game. You hit it off the tee. Next one you hit on the green.
Yeah, there you go.
Make 1 or 2 putts, and you're out
done.
of there.
You're done.
It's very easy.
And then I'm sure you're going to be working on your yard. He's got the best yard in the whole neighborhood. He's got a lot of yard work to do this year, I'm sure.
Got to do that.
So you can come to help me with mine. I need some help. But there it is, another Universal Monster under our belt. And until next time, for my dad, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.